Yo, what is up, guys? Underrated Major. Today I'm going to be doing a video discussing the next time skip. Now, when it comes to Fairy Tail, we know that we are currently in the Alvarez Empire arc, and this arc has been going on for a long time. I mean, this is definitely my favorite arc of the series so far. It used to be Totoro's arc. I used to really enjoy that arc, and the anime actually did make me enjoy it 10 times more, but this arc, the Alvarez Empire arc, has just been phenomenal. I mean, from start to finish, I've been enjoying it. There has been a couple bumpy parts here and there, but overall, this arc has just been amazing to me. Whether it comes from the beginning when we just get to see Agio just going in, it's straight up destroying half of the main characters of Fairy Tail, Lax is coming in being a badass, or even when it be Natsu and them declaring that they're going to have war. I mean, this arc has just been filled with so much epicness, and the fact that we're not even nowhere near being done with this arc is crazy, because that means that there's still going to be a lot more stuff to go down. And to be honest, this arc, it could have potential to be one of the greatest arcs, period. I mean, if the ending is done right, you know, the whole Zeref acting Logia, this could break maybe my top 3, top 5 greatest arcs of all time, like of any anime and manga series, period. But today we're not going to be discussing the Alvarez Empire arc. We're going to be discussing what comes after it. Now, we already know that the Alvarez Empire arc, we can assume that the ending of this arc, it could either like get rid of both Zeref and Acnologia, which I do think it will do, because Zeref and Acnologia, if I can see Zeref either going two ways, and this is why Zeref is a tricky character. I can see Zeref either end up like dying and just like hit them finding some way how to break the whole curse between if Zeref dies, Natsu dies. I can see them like actually defeating Zeref and killing him off. Or B, I could actually see Zeref turning into a good guy. That's kind of strange to say, because Zeref, yeah, he's been a savage, he's been a villain throughout this whole series, but at the same time, like the true Zeref, the Zeref deep down before he got cursed, we know that he wasn't evil. So maybe if they do actually end up breaking the curse, they can actually let him like go free. Although he's basically the reason why this whole series started. So I don't know if they're gonna actually let him go free. So Zeref, he's either gonna be killed off or he's gonna be defeated. And then for Acnologia, I know for a fact they're not gonna let him go free. I mean, Acnologia has done way too much shit, and he just straight up pure evil. I mean, he is pure evil. So I know that they're most likely going to kill him off. So with Acnologia and both Zeref gone, that'll mean that there's no more major threat into the series. And after that, I don't see Fairy Tail going into like a major arc after that, because it'll kind of be like you're pushing it. Like it's kind of going to be like Naruto, you know what I'm saying? Like Naruto, they had Kaguya come in, Kaguya the strongest ever, like just straight up the strongest, and then they're trying to continue it after that, and they're trying to have new villains, whereas you already took out like the if you already take out the strongest villain in the series, there's kind of no reason to have like another like huge arc with a huge villain, because it's like there won't be anything to like fill the void of that big villain. I think if Fairy Tail does keep going on after the Alvarez Empire arc, they're not going to have a big arc. And I know some people might be thinking, okay, well, what are they going to do? We know that each character, they all have to go on their own little separate journeys, and it's going to be amazing. So I do think that there is going to be a little time skip between the time of the Alvarez Empire arc and the new arc that'll be coming up, or the new mini arcs. And with this time skip, I don't know if it's going to be like, I doubt it's going to be like a major time skip, because like I said, each character, they're going to have to go on their own little journey. And I do think that it's going to be Alvarez Empire arc, their journeys, and then like the time skip. So there's going to be like a huge gap in between like the final, you know, the final time skip, you know, when they're all older. There's going to be 2 time skips. The time skip is going, well, actually there's going to be 1, but in the little time during the time skip, I think that's where everybody, they're going to be able to get done with their little mini arcs. And starting off with Natsu, we know that Natsu and Happy, they both said, or at least Natsu, he said that he had a bucket list of things that he had to do that he was going to complete after the Alvarez Empire arc is done. Now, one of them is I see this as something that Natsu wants to do. Maybe he has to go like visit Igneal's like grave site, because listen, he saw Igneal die right in front of him. Maybe he gave him a proper burial. Maybe he's gonna like go like set up his burial and just do a whole bunch of good things for Igneal. I could see Natsu doing that, because it'll make sense, and we know how much Igneal meant to Natsu. I can also see Natsu going and training with Gildart some more. Now I know this might sound shocking because a lot of people, they say Natsu's stronger than Gildart. You have some people saying Gildart is still stronger than Natsu. I have a whole video planned for that later on, but I can also see Natsu going on and actually training and living with Gildarts, basically living the same life that Gildarts have. And I know some people, they might be thinking, wait, but Natsu's going to become Guild Master. I don't think that Natsu's going to become Guild Master, you know what I'm saying? Like, that role just doesn't fit Natsu. Unless he ends up maturing and, like, actually ends up, like, you know, growing up, I just don't see Natsu becoming a guild master. I can see him more of a Gildart type, where he's just going around doing his own thing, being free, and basically just fighting and doing whatever the hell he wants to. So I think that for sure Natsu, he's going to cross off his little bucket list. And then we're going to move on to Lucy, and we know that Lucy's main thing is finding Aquarius. Now we know that Aquarius' key broke, and that basically made Lucy sad. Like, she was straight up depressed, she was sad and everything. Aquarius, the whole moment with her crying, but we do know that Aquarius, she did come back. So therefore Lucy, she has a chance to find Aquarius. She told her, yo, my key is going to be remade, it's going to be brought back into this world, you're just going to have to find it. And I think that was a perfect setup for Lucy to go on her own little adventure, to go out and find Aquarius's key and actually reunite with her. And I think this was set up perfectly to give Lucy her own little shine, because usually whenever Lucy's like doing her own thing, like, she's usually with Natsu, so she doesn't really have like her own little, like, you know, major battle. Like, she has her major moments like here and there, but I do think that if we do focus a mini arc around like Lucy just going out on her own, keyword on her own, and trying to find Aquarius, I think it will be dope, because it'll just like showcase all the things that Lucy's going to be doing. You know, I think that'll be dope if she does go out and find Aquarius. The next one is Gray and Juvia settling down, and this one is self-explanatory. It's going to be Gray and Juvia finally settling down. Now we know prior to this war, Gray, he basically said, yo, Juvia, I love you, I want you to know that I love you. Or no, my bad, prior to the war he said that he's going to tell her the answer to his question, and I guess I basically just spoiled it. But we know that during the moment when Juvia died, and yeah, I'm giving off air quotes because she did actually end up dying, a lot of people, they got mad at that, they're saying this is BS and everything. But me personally, yeah, it would have been more impactful if Juvia did stay dead. I'm not gonna lie, it would have made this arc like a million times better. But as a Juvia fan and a Gruvia fan, I wanted Juvia to come back to life, because Gray, he's lost so much. He lost basically his teacher, he lost his father, he lost his hometown where he was being trained, everything. And if he would have lost a person who he loved, that would have just been too much for Gray. Like, I'm actually happy for him that he didn't lose pretty much the last person that he actually like cared for, like in a loving manner. Like, I know he cares about Urza and them, but those are like friends. But he loved Juvia, and if she would have died, that Gray would have been devastated. So I do think that Gray and Juvia, they're gonna have their own little, I think that this will actually be like one of the shortest arcs, because it's basically gonna be Gray and Juvia like settling down together, you know, living together again. We know that they lived together over the time skip, so yeah, Gray and Juvia settling down, I think that'll be a fun but very short arc. And then we move on to Wendy and Shelia. Now, we know that basically after Shelia and Wendy's fight versus Demaria, we know what the cost that it took for Shelia to defeat Demaria. She basically had to give up her magic, and I was like, damn, like she can't use magic anymore. So we now know that Shelia, she's magicless, and we know that Wendy, she was feeling bad for her. She was telling her, don't give up faith, you're going to still be able to use magic. And I can see this arc actually going down with Wendy actually trying to help Shelia regain her magic. Shelia, however you pronounce it, because I know some people, they're going to get mad at me. No, that's not how you say her name. But I can actually see Wendy helping out Shelia to gain her magic back and to actually make her, I guess you said, become stronger. Now, how they go about doing that, I don't necessarily know. Maybe Wendy, she might, I'm not saying that she's gonna 100% like get her to get her magic back, but I can see them going on their own little journey, and like Wendy trying to repay the favor after the whole fight with Demaria. Now, like I said, after the little mini arcs are done, I do think that there is going to be like a time skip where everybody comes back after they all went on their own adventure. I eventually eventually do think that they're going to go back to Fairy Tale and they're all just going to rejoice with each other. They're going to reunite. There may be some arcs here and there of them going on missions, but I don't think there's going to ever be anything too big. And then after that, they're going to get the final time skip, which would be the kids. And the kids, this is how I can see it go. I can see it going two ways. Either A, they end the series off with basically like them having kids and everything, like Lucy, Natsu, Gray, Juvia, you know, Urza, Jalal, all of them. They just have like a happy ending with kids. Or two, I could see them going the other route, going the Boruto route, and actually fleshing out the kids and giving them their own little series. Now, this is going to be very controversial for a lot of people, because some people would just want Fairy Tail to end because they wouldn't want to ruin it. But on the other hand, I can see a lot of people saying that they will want this to continue because they want to see the new generation of kids, and this is kind of debatable for me personally. I'm kind of on the middle. Like, on one hand, I would want Fairy Tail to end just because at that point I don't want it to get like tarnished, but I still want to see the kids do their thing. So here's how I think it should go down. I think that it would be dope if we had like a couple side stories here and there, like the kids doing their, like, of them going on guild missions and stuff. But I don't think it should ever get to a point where it's going to be something like a huge major arc with like a big bad villain or anything, because at that point, Natsu and them, they're all going to still be around. So I'm pretty sure nobody's really going to be touching them at that point. But overall, the next time skip I do think will be the last time skip, and I think it's going to be dope once we actually see them finish what they want to do. Comment what you guys see down below, subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.